What's going on, everybody? Been a few weeks. My bad. Um, you know, life. Been busy. Last week I was on a backpacking trip at Olympic National Park with some friends that were from out of town. They flew into town and everything. Week before that, leading up to that week and everything was super busy. Uh, and then the week before that, I don't even remember what I did that week. But anyways, been busy around here. Accumulated a stack of records, as you do in about 3 weeks. Well, at least I do. Don't know about you guys. As you can see, a little bit of a change here. A little bit more of a bare face. Uh, shaved this. Well, I should say shaved this into this. For the backpacking trip, but also my girlfriend likes it. I don't think it's going to be sticking around. It's not my favorite thing. I don't dislike it, but I like having a beard, to be honest. Anyways, hope everybody's doing good. Hopefully you're back here watching. I apologize for the sporadicness of my posting. I don't really go off a schedule. Just kind of do it. But if you are, thank you. Good to see you guys again. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Nice little healthy stack. Kind of a stacked stack, if you will, with one really big kicker at the end. Some really quality stuff in here. Some stuff I've been looking for some time. Finally have it. We'll get into it. Also, another crazy story in the middle of here. So if you like crazy stories, stick around for that. Anyways, 145. It's Blues 45 by an artist. I think I'll probably have some original stuff of his at some point, just based on the trajectory that I'm going with my collecting. I think it'll cross my path at some point. I know one of his albums will. There's another one with a rocking chair on it. Not sure if it will. But anyways, New Crawling King Snake and My Mind is Rambling by Howlin' Wolf. On Chess Records, of course. To me, the side is New Crawling King Snake. That thing is energy. And very energetic and heavy blues song on there. I never see Howlin' Wolf stuff. The albums I'm talking about is, I think I'll probably own a copy of Moanin' in the Moonlight. But the Rocking Chair album, the self-titled, not sure if I'll ever come across that one. We'll see. Love Howlin' Wolf. My only Howlin' Wolf right now. Hopefully I can find some more 45s of his. Obviously I want to find the 12 inches, but those are very, very tough. His stuff is very tough to find. Love Howlin' Wolf so much. Keeping on the blues track here, I picked up Blues and Folk by Brownie McGee and Sonny Terry. Classic bluesmen here. And some classic Delta harmonica blues. Just one, I'm a sucker for Bluesville stuff. Prestige Bluesville. Prestige Bluesville. But I'm also a sucker for this. I am a sucker for a review copy stamp on a blues or jazz record. I cannot control myself when I see them. I don't know why, I just can't. I think it's the coolest thing. Original label. Just quality, classic Brownie and Sonny on here. Doing their thing. Sonny's wailing on here is awesome. I actually really enjoy that. I don't always enjoy it, but on here, for some reason, it's just really good and it fits it all. Classic stuff right here. If you like the blues and you don't know Brownie and Sonny, check them out. Classic duo. Where do I put these? Kind of keeping with the blues. This is blues rock. Found another copy of this. I've shown this one on my video before. Or a video before, but it's not the same copy. Because I sold my other copy. Defrosted by Frigid Pink. Original pressing on Parrot. I saw this in a store for a really cheap price again, and I regretted selling my other copy, so I got this. I really enjoyed this album. I like it better than their self-titled Pink album. Very bluesy, very rocky. Just a solid album. I got it for a good price again. Again, not an easy album to find. And this jacket is in even better condition than my last one was. The record, about the same. But the jacket's pretty nice on here. Great album, great band. Their self-titled is still a very good album. I just prefer that one. Next up, actually the next two, I think. Next two are two albums I got off Instagram from a seller called Sibylline Records. If you're not familiar, go check out his page. He's always putting up just great stuff for sale. I initially inquired about the next one, but then I saw that this was still available, and I kind of bundled them for a bit of a better price. It's one I've been after for a while. It's not original, but it'll do for now. That is Grail by Dr. John, the Night Tripper. This is a 69 press with this Atco label. The originals have the dual tone Atco labels. Still really searching for a copy of this. I've never seen it. Hopefully I will. Stereo or mono. Doesn't really matter to me. Just an original would be nice. Love this album to death. It's funky. It's trippy. It just sounds like voodoo, or like, to me, you know, it, especially like Walk on Gilded Splinters, like, whoo, woo. That's just voodoo hoodoo in a song right there. Love this album. His debut album, killer stuff. I love Dr. John, but this is my favorite Dr. John. So the next one I also got from the same seller. This is the one I initially inquired about. I saw that Steve had a copy recently on his channel. And it made me jealous. And then I saw this up for sale. I was like, I have to get it because I've been wanting this record forever. Funkadelic by Funkadelic. Original pressing on Westbound Records. Another debut record that is just fucking amazing. I mean, sometimes it blows my mind when a debut record can be so good and one of my favorite albums by an artist, just because, you know, I feel like typically with a first album, they're still figuring it out, but there has been some amazing first albums out there, and this is one of them. This is probably my favorite Funkadelic album. Free Your Mind is really good too. I would like to get a copy of Free Your Mind and Maggot Brain as well. But Funkadelic by Funkadelic is the shit. Music for Your Mother. That song, just the funkiest, trippiest, like, nightmare you've ever heard. I absolutely love that song. I love this album. I'm so happy to finally have a copy on here in good condition as well. Not easy to find in solid condition. Next up is an album that we all know. You might love it, you might hate it. It's not everybody's favorite. It goes back and forth, but it's one of my two favorites by this band. But I saw this in a store, and it was a really good price because they did not know exactly what it was. But I did, so I got it. This is Animals by Pink Floyd. But, you know, it's funny. I just found that UK metal in my last video. This is a UK Animals. Saw this in a store. They had it priced as a US copy. They didn't put import on here. They didn't put UK copy. But if you look, where is it? I don't even know if you'll be able to see this. I'll try and show you. If you look right here, made in Great Britain. Sounds phenomenal. You know, everything I've read online about this copy, about the first UK copies, is true. The bass is amped up on this copy. It sounds so dang good. I love Animals. I think it's a phenomenal album. I think it's some of Gilmour's best guitar work of his career. It's controversial, but I think more so than Wish You Were Here. Just what I think. Love this album. The UK sounds phenomenal. If you can track down a first UK, they're not always the priciest one, but really, really good. Okay, here's the little story I was going to tell in the middle here. So I went down to Portland. What's today? Not this past weekend, but the weekend before, on Friday. I took the day off of work. I was going to have the next week off because it was scheduled for work. So I took that Friday off. Went down to Portland with my girlfriend because we were going to go see a show. And, you know, being in Portland, I want to do some digging because it's got the most record stores per capita. So hit a few stores while I was down there. I only got one record. I went to a store called Dig Vinyl First. I had never been there, but I've talked about my friend Ilya on here before, Ilya Pisman. Great guy. We actually ended up meeting up after the show, but I'll get to that. Anyways, he told me to hit up there. I had found them on Instagram and everything, and saw that they were putting out just great jazz all the time and all this stuff. And I go there, and I was just amazed. It's a tiny store, but everything in there is just, it's quality, it's priced really well. It was just kind of a breath of fresh air from what I'm used to in Seattle. Not saying Seattle's bad or anything. I love the shops around here, but that one store, just even their pricing, I was like, thank you. Like, this is how it should be. So I got one record from there. It's the only record I got after going to 2 other stores. And the one record I got is what I've been looking for. And that is a super clean copy of the band Self-Titled, their second album. Original pressing, RL on there. Sounds phenomenal. I got this for $20. I feel like in this shape, it should go for double that or more, personally. Just a super, super clean copy. I mean, this jacket alone, I feel like I've never seen a jacket this clean. And then the white just looks brand new. Even the spine is good. That's like the only thing, like, and maybe a little bit of wear up here. Plays perfect. There's not a mark on the vinyl. I am very happy with that because I adore this album. You know, this is an album, especially in the rock realm, I don't always want to listen to a full album all the time. This is one I will play from front to back every time. Love this album to death. So the show I was down to see in Portland was put on by the record label Jazz is Dead, if you're familiar with jazz music. It is a new label. They're starting to put out some albums, you know, with some jazz legends like Gary Bartz, Brian Jackson, Doug Karn, all that kind of stuff. They put on a show. And there was Henry Franklin, who, you know, the skipper from Black Jazz, Doug Karn from Black Jazz, and Brian Jackson from Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson fame, at a small place called Mississippi Studios. You know, couldn't have been more than 200 people there. And it was amazing. If you watch my channel, you know my affinity for the Black Jazz label. So to see 2, you know, living Black Jazz musicians, or guys that have recorded albums for Black Jazz back in the day, was amazing. They were all amazing. You know, one of the most emotional parts of the night was when Brian Jackson came out and sang Winter in America. I got pretty emotional at that part. His voice sounded phenomenal. Doug Karn's organ playing was off the charts, and Henry Franklin just made playing an upright bass look easy. Anyways, what I'm alluding to here is that I did get to meet Mr. Henry Franklin, and I had him sign my what used to be sealed copy of Gene Russell's Talk to My Lady. He said, "Trenton, thanks, Henry Franklin." Was super nervous when I did it, but you know, how cool is that? Original copy, you know, it was sealed when I got it, opened it, and then I got Henry Franklin to sign it. Super, super cool. Very stoked on that. Just super cool. Yeah, that was a great show. You know, the atmosphere was great. The performances were great. Just great overall. Great time. Anyways, I met up with Ilya after the show. And my girlfriend and I, we walked back to his car because he said he had a package for me. He wanted to give me something. It was my birthday and everything. So, yeah. He said, "This is for your birthday." And then we went and got pizza with Ilya after, and it was a great time. But anyways, this is the record that he gave me. This is an original stereo pressing of Money Jungle by Duke Ellington, Charles Mingus, and Max Roach on United Artists. Thank you, Ilya. I mean, it's not an easy record to find. And it's really funny because he had texted me maybe a week before that and said that he had found another copy. And asked if I wanted it. And I was like, I can't really afford it right now. And he got it for me anyways. So, and it plays beautifully too, by the way. You know, just what a great gift. Ilya's just the nicest guy ever. Great Portland trip. You know, even though I only bought one record, but Still a great time. Had a blast at that show. Now, in some of my earlier videos, I have shown this record. I call it Toby, but it stands for the Overton Berry Ensemble. The Overton Berry Ensemble is classic Seattle jazz. Now, I've had this record for quite a while. It's quite a tough record to find. But there's also another Overton Berry record, but this is the Overton Berry Trio. I've been on the search for this copy for quite some time. At Seattle's Doubletree Inn, on this Jarro label. Found this at a store, 15 bucks. You know, again, not the easiest record to find in the world, but considerably easier than this one. But now I have both of these, so just really cool. I love collecting this kind of stuff, and Overton Berry is a great pianist, and this is a great record. You know, couple Beatles covers on here. Couple, or maybe it's just one. No, it is. It is a couple. I couldn't remember. There's Hey Jude and Here, There, and Everywhere. Really good. Great stuff. Good groovy stuff. At the same store, but just yesterday, I actually found this guy, Blue Train by John Coltrane. This is a Liberty pressing, but no Van Gelder in the dead wax. I don't know why. I don't know if anybody can tell me why, but maybe you can. Anyways, 10 bucks in the discount bins. Could not pass it up. Sold my other copy of this, which was a later pressing, and this isn't like the most perfect copy, but it plays pretty dang good. I'm pretty satisfied with it for 10 bucks. Needed a copy anyways, and yeah, very stoked about that. Great discount bin find. So anyways, when my friends came out here for the backpacking trip, I had actually left this record down in Arizona when I went to visit my other friend in December. I found this record, and I was going to give it to my girlfriend for Christmas, but I forgot it in Arizona. So I gave her my copy at the time, and I have been without a copy. And he finally brought it up for me, and that is Fancy Dancer by Bobby Humphrey. You know, on Blue Note, Black Bee, it's what it originally came out on. Super funky record. Just got reissued, I think, earlier this year or end of last year. Super funky stuff. Just killer Bobby Humphrey record. If I had to pick one Bobby Humphrey, it's this one. Yeah, I used to have a copy before this. Gave it to my girlfriend as a present because I forgot this one. But very stoked to have this back in the collection. Another Instagram buy. You know, I can't quite remember who I bought this one off of. I'm sorry. I can't remember. But anyways, put this up for sale, and I kind of jumped on it because it's Grant Green. Am I Blue? On Blue Note, this is a 1970 West Coast pressing. Got this for a good deal. You know, even the later pressing Grant Green stuff just doesn't come up that often. So when I saw it, I was like, I'm going to get that because I actually really enjoy this album. Some people don't enjoy it as much. You know, it's a little too bluesy and slow for them. I love it. I think it's phenomenal. Not my favorite Grant album, but it is really good. You've got Johnny Coles, Joe Henderson, John Patton, and Ben Dixon with Grant Green, of course. Killer lineup. Okay, last two. Both of these actually were funny. Both of these next two records, these last two, I just happened to walk into stores and they were randomly there. I didn't know they were there. I just walked in, they were on the wall. Not at the same store, bought these both at different times, but very happy to have them. That first one being Power to the People by Joe Henderson. Now this is a 1972 press on Monument, so it's not an original, but the wax is so clean on here. The jacket, not so much, but whatever. It's still hard to find regardless. You know, Joe Henderson's milestone stuff is just becoming incredibly difficult to find these days because there just is not that many copies of them. But very stoked to have this album. This album fucking rules. You've got Joe Henderson, Herbie Hancock, Jack DeJohnette, Ron Carter, and Mike Lawrence on here. It is a phenomenal blend of hard bop and post bop. Just a killer record. It was funny, today on Instagram, there was a thread of the last song you listened to, and I actually listened to this last night, and the last song I listened to was Isotope. which is just an incredibly great post-bop song. If you're not familiar with Joe Henderson's Milestone stuff, this is a great place to start. He's got some really other great albums on there. Honestly, I think they rival his Blue Note output. Again, another controversial take, but his Milestone stuff is killer. Check it out. Okay, the last one I just recently got. Totally unexpected when I got it. Walked into a store because they posted a flip video, and there was a promo of Shotgun Willie, and I was like, ooh, I kind of want that. So I went there originally looking for that, and it was there. I found it, but then I saw this up on the wall, and I was like, whoa. And they were like, yeah, we just put it up on the wall. And I was like, can I look at it? And I walked around some more, thought about the price, and then I shot them an offer for $50 lower, and they took it. So it's a record I never thought I'd own. I thought maybe I'd own maybe a 1966 pressing, not an original mono. It's one I still kind of can't believe I have. I should not have spent the money on it, but I did, because I don't know when I'll see another one again. You know, Sunday at the Village Vanguard, Bill Evans Trio. Original mono pressing on Riverside. Yeah. Hard one to pass up on. I, again, don't know when I was going to see another one. In my opinion, probably the hardest trio record to find. I just never see it up on Instagram, like at any shops or anything. Nobody ever is selling one, really. And now I have an original mono. And I'm just very stoked about it because I absolutely adore this album. You know, all of the trio albums are just amazing, whether it's Scott LaFaro or Chuck Israels, I should say. Obviously, the LaFaro stuff is very sought after, for good reason, especially this one, because LaFaro is just, you know, killing it all over this album. In my mind, I consider this like the LaFaro album, and I consider Waltz for Debbie the group album. Not strictly, but you know, I feel like LaFaro's definitely more of the star on this one. But just cannot believe I have this. Got this at Royal Records in Seattle. Very stoked. Yeah, very, very happy about that. Original mono pressing. Okay, guys, that is it. That is my full stack. Again, you know, not the biggest stack, but a very, very healthy stack. Added some things that I've been looking for forever. Added a couple things that I've had before. Got that, you know, the Gene Russell signed by Henry Franklin. How cool is that? He's also a very tall guy, by the way. But just super, super cool stuff. Very stoked about everything I've gotten here. I hope everybody's doing good. You know, I hope to be posting again at a more, you know, reasonable schedule soon. Oh, I didn't even talk about this. Another update. I finally got the car. I got a new car. Yay. Sold the rest of my records. I still had like some overflow and everything. Sold the rest of them. So that's everything I have right there right now. But it's all killer stuff. At least to me. Maybe not to you, but to me. Anyways, take care, everybody. Sorry for ranting.